You are listening to the Bell Ringers podcast on Philly Sports Reports, brought to you by SeatGeek. Here are your hosts, Colin Daly and Benjamin Goldstein.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bell Ringers podcast. Colin Daly here alongside Benjamin Goldstein, and we have a lot to talk about when it comes to the Phillies. We saw the All-Star game. We've returned from the All-Star game. And the vibes are a little off, Ben, would you say?
Vibes are weird. Vibes are definitely weird. They lose the series to the Angels. You get the offense in games 1 and 2. Obviously, game 1, not great pitching from Jesus Luzardo, but you get Harper with 2 homers, Schwarber with a homer after his All-Star game madness and that swing off. So it's an electric vibe, and then pitching doesn't serve you well. Saturday, more of the same with the offense. But you got some better pitching. Schwarber hit the grand slam. Harper had another homer. And then Sunday, the offense is just dead. And you look at that series, and the only ones providing any sort of offense was Harper and Schwarber with their 8 extra base hits. The rest of the Phillies had 2 extra base hits in that series. So not good there. And then you go into this Red Sox series, more of the same. Harper and Schwarber are electric. You get great starting pitching until game 3 on Wednesday night. Luzardo stinks. Offense is there, but they lose in the 11 innings. And it's just, it just seems to be the offense is outside of Schwarber and Harper can be lackluster. And when it's not, they win. And when it is, they lose. So,
yeah,
and the
you're right.
pitching, of course, is iffy.
And they seem to get one extreme or the other, right? Well, or I guess I should say, even in the games when the hitting is on and the offense is, scoring 7, 8, 9 runs, the pitching is allowing 7 or 8, 9. I mean, we saw that just recently against the Red Sox, a 9-8 final score. The Phillies had control of that game on numerous occasions, and they couldn't pull through. So,
yeah, when the Phillies can score like 6 or 7 runs, but the Red Sox or whoever they're playing, 8 or 9. I slid in a little 6-7 there. I had to do it, but
oh God, that's what happens when you let 2 teenagers do a podcast.
But yeah, I mean, it's just when your starting pitching isn't on the nail like it was with Wheeler and Cristopher Sanchez, it's just it hasn't been great outside of them in the rotation over the last couple of weeks, which is not what we're used to seeing, especially with this Phillies rotation that we've become used to.
Yeah, it certainly is weird, and I feel like we've definitely seen this before from Phillies teams in the past. But it feels like this, at least from where I am. I don't think I've seen the Phillies like that this year. Like they've had some pitching miscues, they've had some offense miscues, but it seems like now they're just letting very, very winnable games slip away from them. And there isn't one common denominator right now. Sometimes it's the offense, sometimes it's the top of the lineup, sometimes the bottom of the lineup, sometimes the bullpen. We saw just yesterday, it's sometimes the starting pitching. So it really
However,
is.
some help could be on the way in the bullpen.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, David
What do you think of
Robertson
that?
signs with the Phillies for the third time. Which I think the last Philly to sign 3 times with them was Chuck Klein. I think I saw that correctly. Yeah, it's been a while. He's 40 years old. It's a 1-year deal. He'll receive close to $6 million for the rest of the season. It's a $16 million prorated deal. So for the rest of the season, he gets the $6 million. 40 years old. They signed him first in 2019. Got the Tommy John surgery after just 7 games. 2022, they bring him back in the deadline. Of course, he is one of the anchors in the back end of the rotation, or of the bullpen for the Phillies and their magical run to the World Series. Closed out game 1 of the World Series. And now since then he's been with the Mets, he's been with the Marlins, he was just with the Rangers in 24. Now he's back with the Phillies. 40 years old, 16-year career, 876 and 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out well over 1,000 batters, as a sub-3 ERA in his career, All-Star, World Series champ in 2009 with the Yankees. This past season in Texas, he was pretty good as a 39-year-old. 72 innings, 3 ERA, 99 strikeouts, which is good. And with the Phillies bullpen right now, it's really anything will help.
Right, yeah. I mean, if you could slot him into the back end of the bullpen now, and he's going to be better than Jordan Romano. I mean, he's terrible back there. I mean, we've talked about this multiple times. He's got a 7 point something or other ERA. No one pays to come to a Phillies game and watch him. Um, Robertson, I don't know how to feel about him yet. It's impossible to like be very definitive about how you feel because we don't know what he's been doing since the end of last season. Most guys don't typically start their season, and for him, it could end up being the beginning of August. So it's going to take a little bit to assess where he really is. We've heard that his fastball is sitting around 89 to 90, which is certainly, I would say, raises some valid concerns just with the way baseball's progressed in the last decade or so, where the pitchers who we see who are good in the back end of the bullpen are the guys that are pumping 98, 99, 100. That is the common denominator among all those guys, right? We've seen them in the Phillies, right? Alvarado, Gregory Soto, Seranthony Dominguez. The guys who have been effective are the guys who can throw hard. So, and that's not saying you can be effective if you don't throw hard, but when you throw that, I don't want to say slowly because 89, 90 is still pretty quick, but when you're throwing, 5 to 7 miles per hour below the league average, you need to be very, very on point with your command. And I just don't know if you're going to have that not getting a proper spring training and just getting thrown into it in a July, beginning of August. And as much as you want to simulate it, being down in Lehigh Valley isn't the same as the whole spring training experience.
Yeah, that's for sure. He's starting down in Lehigh Valley, 15 days down there. He'll be up. Rob Thompson said should be the 15 days. Nothing crazy going on there. He had the throwing session in Providence, Rhode Island. That's where the Phillies made their offer, where they struck first on their offer, I should say. Yeah, you said 88-91. Good, pretty good command is what they said, so that's a good sign. But, I mean, 40 years old, throwing 90 miles an hour. Like, I can't name them.
On a good day, yeah.
Yeah, many 40-year-olds are doing that. So, I mean,
True.
This just can't be. If this is their answer for the bullpen, it just can't be because, again, 40
answer.
years old, he hasn't played all year. Like, this can't be it. Like, the deadline is in a week from when we're recording, so less than a week when this podcast goes up. Like, this cannot be their final answer. This can't be their big move at the deadline, this isn't even a trade.
No. And I don't think it will be. And we'll touch on this a little bit later in the episode about what we think the Phillies are going to do at the deadline, but everyone up in that front office has to know the time to win is now. And they also need to realize that the current situation isn't going to achieve that winning status. So they're gonna have to do something. They know that.
Yeah, I mean, we hope so because
that's a big hope so too because we've had some disappointing deadlines in the past. That's for sure. What was the one year they got Rodolfo Castro and like some other guy who they
Gregory Soto was before the season started. It was 23, but I know exactly what you're talking about. They did literally nothing.
Yeah, they got Castro and Banks, right?
Banks was last year.
Really? You're right. He was the beginning of the deadline last year.
They got Austin Hayes, Estevez, and Tanner Banks in 24. 23 was Rodolfo Castro and
Seth Johnson from the Orioles.
That really moves the needle.
Yeah, I know, right? I think they gave him like one major league start, and he got just absolutely blown up, if I remember correctly.
He's in the bullpen right now.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. But
which tells you a lot about the status of the Phillies bullpen.
Well, it also tells you that it doesn't take much to get in there. I mean, if we went to the gym for a couple of days, Ben, we could probably wriggle our way in there. Throw some fastballs.
I don't know if my velocity would be up there, but
I don't know.
My command is pretty good.
Don't sell yourself short. That's why we got to hit the gym first.
Yeah.
While
I
David
mean, I did.
Robertson's doing his
I
15
am.
days at Lehigh Valley, we'll do our 15 days at Planet Fitness. We'll meet him
Yeah.
there.
I pitch for my where I work at my camp. We do staff softball games at other camps, and I'm the pitcher.
Ah, there you
And
go.
we played this week, and I threw a curveball in slow pitch softball. And Con, let me tell you, this was perfect location. It was like the most perfect curveball you're going to see. Bottom of the zone, curved in. The hitter, it was the ninth inning. We were up 8. Like, this game was over. So I was like, I'm going to mess around and throw a curveball. And the hitter he was fuming that I threw a curveball. But it was like,
That's
it
great.
was it was gross. Like, I almost struck him out too, because then he fouled the next pitch off. It
You
was
didn't
pretty
save that for
disgusting.
strike three? Did you give him a
No,
first
I
pitch
was
curveball?
like, if I'm gonna throw it, like, I'm just
You had
gonna
to play it
throw it.
safe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's devious. Really
yeah,
is.
it was pretty nasty. And
I
yeah,
mean,
Harper's been
I
pretty
get
nasty
mad at
too.
first pitch curveballs in actual games, so
Yeah, I mean, I was yeah, I mean,
I don't
I
blame the
did feel
guy.
kind of terrible about myself on the first pitch, but I was
No,
like, slow pitch softball, I don't care. So
exactly. He's not gonna remember it, or
he
she.
might, but I don't
I
care.
don't know. There you go. That's the attitude to have. All right. Well, on the more positive note, we have seen some good things toward the top of the Phillies lineup. Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper. You mentioned it in the open. 8 extra base hits when the rest of the Phillies had 2. First of all, wow. And second of all, is this that Schwarber and Harper are that good, or do we need to see the bottom of the lineup also step it up a little bit? Or is it both? I think it's both, but I want to hear your
It's
thoughts.
it's definitely both. That was in the Angels series where that happened, and most of those extra base hits were homers. I think Schwarber had 2, Harper had 3 in the series. So, most of that coming with the long ball. But yeah, it's a little bit of both. I mean, Harper and Schwarber have just been amazing after the deadline or after the All-Star break. But definitely the bottom of the lineup. Certainly, I mean, you saw Bryson Stott in the last game against Boston. He had the homer and the extra base hit after just having bringing his son in, which was pretty cool to see Stott getting some production after becoming a father of 2. Congratulations to him. But it is definitely a little bit of both. Marsh has been struggling, which has kind of gone under the wire a little bit. Bohm is on the IL, so you got Otto Kemp playing third or Sosa playing third almost every day. Um, yeah, so guys in the bottom, Max Kepler continues to stink it up. So it's just kind of a little bit of both. But Harper and Schwarber have been killing the baseball.
For sure. And it's really good to see. I mean, and we'll just keep firing away here. Another guy, Cristopher Sanchez. Whoa. I mean, I was just in awe. I mean, he was so good. And there was the one home run that he allowed to Rob Refsnyder. He made one mistake, but that was some of the best pitching I've seen Cristopher Sanchez do since I can remember. I mean, he had all of his pitches working. He was locating so well on the outer half of the plate, especially to righties. I mean, he was great. He really was spectacular. Did you think he was going to get sent back out for the ninth?
I wasn't sure, but I feel like sometimes Rob Thompson will send a guy out in that sort of
He does,
situation. He
yeah.
has been doing that. So I felt confident he went out, and he did. I mean, look at the stat line: 9 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, no
So what,
walks,
12 strikeouts is what he ended with?
12 strikeouts, and he struck out the last 4 batters.
Yeah, yeah. Last
And the
four?
velocity, yeah, the
I
velocity
thought it was
was
last two.
no,
Wow.
believe it was the last 4. He struck out, and the velocity was there. The command was excellent. And look, over his last 7 starts,
Oh, I
51 in the
saw
third
this.
innings.
Ridiculous.
That's a 37 hits, 8 earned runs, 4 walks, 51 strikeouts. That's good for a 1.4 ERA and a .8 WHIP. And that man was not an all-star.
I saw one of the Red Sox beat writers posted on Twitter, like, wow, if this is what Phillies fans are complaining about, for once they might actually have a point. I was like, there you go. But no, he was spectacular. So I did not think they were going to bring him back out because I believe they started getting Orion Kerkering loose
They did it, yeah.
I think in the seventh. So
Was it
I was
that
like,
early?
I think the very end of the seventh, I think they showed him getting loose. And I was like, he'll probably go one more, but I did not think they were going to send him back out for the ninth, but I'm glad they did. Because he was spectacular. I think that's only his third complete game, too. I would have thought he had more because he
He
is
had
so
two.
efficient.
He had two last year.
Yeah,
So he's
that's
pretty
true.
good.
He hasn't been around for as long as I mean, this Phillies rotation has been set in stone for so long with, outside of Luzardo, but we've had Nola, Suarez, Wheeler been here for ages. Forget Sanchez is somewhat of a newbie compared to the others.
Well, Cristopher
Obviously, not as
Sanchez
much as
really,
Jesus
he
Lizard.
really started getting starts in 23. But like
Oh,
the
I
way he has
remember.
progressed, like I remember 22, he got some starts. He was like not good, and he
He
just
was
kept getting
really bad.
like he progressed, and now he's top 5 in Cy Young. Like if you think like
I
him,
top three.
yeah, like the top
Him,
three,
Wheeler, and Skeens.
yeah,
Him,
two of
Wheeler.
the
It's
Phillies are in top 3.
if you go through all of the pitching stats on Baseball Reference, Sanchez, Wheeler, and Skeens lead all. Sorry, Sanchez, Wheeler, or Skeens lead all of them. Every single one. It's crazy. And it's going to be a good race this year, too. But no, you do have to put him in that conversation because he keeps having these starts the way he is now. He's going to be right up there with those other two. He's not there yet, but he'll be right up there with those two.
The top 4 in the NL Cy Young favorites from top to bottom: Wheeler, Skeens, Logan Webb, and Ranger Suarez. This was of 3 days ago, so this probably has shifted a little bit. But I
Yeah,
mean,
especially with Ranger and Cristopher Sanchez's last two starts.
NL Cy Young. Oh, here we go. Wheeler, Skeens, Sanchez, top 3, and Ranger
Yeah.
Suarez is 5. So three Phillies are in
Is
the top
Webb
5.
4 on
Yeah.
that one?
Yep.
Gotcha.
This is on FanDuel. So Christopher Sanchez is pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Well, we talked
I do
about the
want to
one.
go. I do want to go
Go ahead.
before we go to the negative. I do want to highlight Harper and Schwarber a little bit more because Harper, he is the first Phillies player since at least 1901, 13 extra base hits over 8 games. Can you name the last Philly to do it? He had 12 from June
Say one
4th
more
to
time.
11th, June 4th to 11th, 2017. 12 extra base hits from that span.
How many guesses do I get? Oh, this is like my era too. The
You're gonna get one
2017.
guess.
What?
While Colin is guessing, make sure to scroll down
Yeah.
and click on the link for SeatGeek because they are sponsoring this episode. SeatGeek, they are the best. They're the best way to get your tickets. They got concerts, they got games, they got everything. They are certainly the best. Make sure to use code Philly Sports Report to save $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase. PHILLYSPORTSREPORT. What are we doing, Colin?
Hold the S.
Yeah, we're holding the S.
Throw it in the trash.
Thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring the Bell Ringers podcast. All right, Colin, you got 5, 4, 3, 2.
Michael Franco.
Odubel Herrera
Oh
had
no, I
12
wasn't gonna guess
extra base
that.
hits from June 4th to 11th, 20.
The three that were in my brain were Michael Franco, Tommy Joseph, and Jay Bruce.
Oof. Jay Bruce was
I don't
not a
think
Philly.
I don't think Jay Bruce was a Philly in 2017 though, but I
No,
really wanted to pick him.
Jay Bruce became a Philly in 2019. And then he
That's
came
what I
back in
thought. I thought
2021.
18 or 19.
No.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm
but
glad we confirmed that.
Odubel
No
is like
way.
Odubel was always on these weird lists because he was like really
He was.
good in 16 and 17.
He also was on the consecutive games on base list.
Yeah, very high on that list.
But that was also like 2017 was the beginning of his downfall. Because 2016 was his all-star year. He got a little bit of hype in 2015, and then he got released by there were some strings attached to that, but
Yeah,
it's not like his on-field performance was very good either.
no.
His off-field performance is even worse.
Yes, and then Schwarber, He leads all of baseball with 21 RBIs in 17 games in July. He has 9 homers this month, which is one behind the major league lead for the most in the month of July. So instead of June Schwarber, it's become July Schwarber. And he's been like on a different planet. He has 9 home runs in his last 7 games. He's a slugging percentage of 690. He has just been like ever since the break where he had the historic home run swing off. He's been a madman, just knocking balls out
Yeah.
of the park, left and right.
So it's officially July Schwarber now. June Schwarber's out of the picture.
I don't know if I'm ready to dub this July Schwarber. I think I'm just
No,
ready
I'm
to
with you.
dub
We've
it.
had too many good Junes just to get rid of it because of 1 July.
I just like when Schwarber's good.
I agree. And he is fun to watch when he is good. I mean, he just goes knobbed the baseball and hits it 450 feet. I don't know how he does it. Like, it is
He,
the simplest. Like, he doesn't even look like he's trying. Like, I think that's how, like, the majority of Delco dads on the beach in the summer is like Kyle Schwarber in the batter's box. Like, there's some freaky parallels there.
he just walks up there, sees a pitch he likes, and the ball is going into the stands every time. And it's insane. Meanwhile, Bryce Harper, over his last 7 games, has a slugging percentage of 1,000.
Not OPS, folks. Slugging percentage.
Yeah, slugging is 1,000. 10 hits in his last 27 at bats, 4 homers, 7 RBI. Got a ton of extra base hits as well. The 13 over the 8. But yeah, he is. I guess Harper's wrist isn't really affecting much.
Now he's back.
Yeah, certainly. And you know when Harper, you can tell when Harper's hitting well is when he's driving balls to left center field, and he's been
Yeah,
doing that. And that's when you can really
absolutely.
tell. So that's like always when it clicks on a little bit, and you can see
Hmm.
that he's driving the ball the other way. Let's see. Let's look at his Harper's game logs have been like total bases against the Angels on July 18th. 10 in one game.
That's ridiculous.
One game. He had the 2 homers that night. How many RBIs did he have that night? He had 4 RBIs that night. The 2-run homer against the Angels in the next game. And his numbers keep rising. He's up to a batting average of 271. OPS is 880. So these are now getting up to some respectable numbers.
Yeah.
And he missed a good amount of time as well. So he's just he's great. He's a great player. 74 games. And he's got 14 homers, 42 RBI, 271 average, 880 OPS. I mean, just Bryce being Bryce.
Yeah, no, he never fails to impress. He really doesn't.
Call him the showman for a reason.
Yeah, it's true.
Meanwhile, Philly's got an issue that they got to figure out.
They do have an issue they have to figure out. And they tried to figure out the issue once, it didn't work. What's the
No,
issue,
definitely
Ben?
didn't.
You're gonna share? Or am I gonna
If
share?
you are watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see this. If you're listening on the podcast, we'll break it down. This is from Wednesday night, Phillies Red Sox. This is the grand slam hit by who hit it? I need to phone a friend. Romy Gonzalez. That's right. So here it is. If you look in the back of the shot, you'll see Alex Cora up on the step. And he makes a signal here. He looks like he's looking at a coach to his left. Signals 3-1 or 3-1. And then that is relayed back to somebody, either the first base coach or the guy at second base. And that is him reading the pitch coming from Luzardo. So the pitch is thrown here, and Gomez crushes it to left field. And you see Alex Cora and his coach immediately high-fiving, like they just cracked the code, and they did. So this is an issue that has been going on with Luzardo. Him tipping his pitches. There, see it again. 3-1. Signals made, and Gomez crushes it. This is an issue that has been going around with Luzardo, him tipping his pitches, and it's been a little bit, and it's an issue because he's been bad.
Yeah, he has been. I mean, we saw when they first identified the whole tipping his pitches thing, he was historically bad. It was that span of like 3 starts where he allowed more earned runs, I think it was, than any, what was that? More earned runs in 3 starts than any pitcher in that few innings. It was insane.
Yeah,
it was like 20 earned runs in a very small number of outs recorded. It was bad.
Yeah, and I mean, it's enjoyable to see that kind of stuff, because of it's just the game inside the game in baseball, which is what makes baseball so great, because there's every pitch, there's something going on, and if you want to call baseball boring, just like you just gotta look it up.
You need to learn, yeah,
you gotta learn. So something going on with Luzardo's pitching and tipping his pitches, and it's been going on. Like, this is something that needs to be fixed. Like, they tried it, didn't get fixed. Now, is there something new? Is it the same thing? And like, I don't know. It's very weird.
Do you think it has anything to do with the going from the stretch debacle that I've heard people talking about?
He's certainly worse from the stretch.
Yeah, I don't.
So I guess when it's got to be something with his hand, like with his hands, because
I think that's what I saw.
In the beginning, his hands were higher on, I believe it was fastballs.
Yeah,
and maybe tried to adjust it, and now you can see the pitches being thrown. But if they're picking it up from the dugout, then it has to be his hands are higher or lower.
Yeah,
or something.
I saw like screenshots of when he came set. One where the angle was more like this, and one where the angle was more like this. Which, when you think about it, is really just the difference of him moving his hands down and keeping his elbows in the same spot is when that angle changes. So that's what it looks like to me. I thought when I watched this and was looking at it, it looked very, very faint. So I'm surprised that it got picked up. But I guess that this has been going on since, I can't remember when this started, but it's been going on for well over a month and a half now. It's going to make sense that they're going to catch on eventually. And once one team catches on, everybody's on the bandwagon.
Yeah, because it gets spread around and everyone's checking it out. So yeah, something that needs to be fixed, and there's more that needs to be fixed, and that's what the trade deadline's for.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, and that's coming up very soon. And we have our final break. By the way, tune in at 5:30 live on Phillies. It'll be on the Philly Sports Report's Twitter, the Facebook, and YouTube. So we will be live from 5:30 to 6:30 on Thursday, July 31st. That is when the trade deadline is going on. So you definitely do not want to miss that. So go follow Philly Sports Reports on all social medias, because that is where it'll be live streamed. So definitely go. You don't want to miss that. For those who just listen to the pods, it'll be uploaded after the live. However, we have our prediction right now. Colin?
You're putting me on the spot first.
Go ahead.
I think the Phillies do it this year. And I don't usually say this, but I think they're going to go for the Duran-Quan combo.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, did I say Duran?
No, definitely not. I was just about to say like that. No.
I meant the Clase Quan.
Clase, there you go. Clase and Quan.
It's been a long day. I'm a little rattled in the brain. But no, it'll be the Clase Quan combo. Ooh, that's hard to say.
Ooh,
I'm going to practice that.
Class
Class
A.
I
Class A and Quan.
Quan combo.
Class A Quan combo. All right. So who are they? I guess they'll be giving up some prospects.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this before. You've got Miller and you've got Abel. One of them has to go. I can't talk today. You have Painter and you have Abel, the two starting pitchers. There's not going to be a role for two starting pitchers at the major league level while this team is so competitive. One of them is going to have to get shipped, and probably one of your big bats too. So whether that's going to be Dante Nori or Justin Crawford or maybe even Aiden Miller, they're going to have to get shipped out because that is the only way that you're going to get a win now team. And we've talked about this, I don't think this is a team that's going to be consistently atop the league for the next 10 to 15 years. They're going to win big. They're going to win big in the next year or two. So there's no reason to be saving these guys at the single A, double A level when I hate to break it to everybody, but when the time they get to the major leagues, we are not going to be overly competitive. That is the way I see it. So I think they're going to go big this year for Class A and Quan.
The Class A Quan combo.
Class A Quan. I'm going to say Class A Quan Quambo is what I think we're going to call it now. The Quambo.
Yeah, I don't think the Phillies go big. I heard John Middleton spoke before the game on Friday, and I mean, based on he said you only need 3 starting pitchers in October.
Ooh.
And everyone else goes to the bullpen. So that leads me to the impression that they're not going to do anything. So I think they're big. I think they do pick up Griffin Jacks from Minnesota, which is fine for an 44 innings pitched. He does have a 4 ERA, 68 strikeouts, a 1.23 WHIP. It is an improvement from, I don't know,
everybody
Seth Johnson or what else they got out there. But like they're not going to trade one of their top 4 guys, and nothing really is going to majorly move the needle at the deadline. They could get a right-handed bat to platoon in left field with Max Kepler, unless they trade Kepler for Jacks, which could be electric. And then they bring in someone else, or they go with Rojas and Marsh out there, which just feels like we've been doing for too long. But unfortunately, Colin, nothing is going to be specifically substantial at the deadline by the Philadelphia Phillies in 2025. What else is new? What leads me to believe that after, I don't know, 4 years of the same management that something is going to change? No, nothing. So
see, subconsciously, like I guess the back of my mind, I feel like you're right. I'm really trying to be more positive these days, but
I would love to be positive. I want the Quambo so much, but it's not going to happen.
Well, this is usually opposite for us too. Like you would say, yeah, we're getting the Quambo, and I'd say I think you're insane. But
I mean, the Phillies did allegedly reach out about O'Neal Cruz too.
Oh
so
God,
maybe
I saw that and just
maybe I don't know. I don't know, but it was him. They also reached out about Steven Kwan, so they are looking for some outfield help. But I really don't think anything's going to be moving the needle. And maybe Justin Crawford might even be up after the deadline.
Yeah.
So because that's really just exactly what the Phillies want at this very moment. So
I don't think that would go well.
No, I don't think so either. Hopefully the next 2 series go well though.
Yeah, let's talk about those. So who do you have coming up?
Going to the Bronx.
The Bronx.
Going to Yankee Stadium.
And then we're going to the capital of the motor industry. Isn't that what they call Detroit?
We're going to Chicago.
Oh, did I say one?
We're going to Southside.
I thought it was and then it's Tigers after them.
Yeah, here.
Oh, so I just skipped Chicago.
Yeah, we're going to the Bronx and then we're flying to the South Side of Chicago. 3 against the Yankees, 3 against the White Sox. Yankees are playing pretty pitiful baseball right now. Their offense sucks, or their defense is absolutely atrocious. They haven't gotten much from their pitching. And the offense outside of Aaron Judge is kind of mid. So Anthony Volpe is like kind of getting harassed out of New York, and it's a whole situation over there. Aaron Boone snapped at John Boy Media this week. It's just the whole thing going on with the Yankees right now. And I don't know if it's a good or a bad time to be playing them because it feels like the Yankees could heat up any second, and it could be against the Phillies. And I feel like we never play good at Yankee Stadium. So what do you got for this?
I'm going to keep it going, Ben. I'm feeling good. We're going 4-2.
Oh.
I don't know. I can't give you where the 4-2 is going to be. I can't make that commitment right now. That's a lot for me. But White Sox aren't overly impressive. And if we're going to capitalize off the Yankees, this would be absolutely the time to do it. I mean, you're right. I was watching them and the Blue Jays on must have been Tuesday, and they were all over the place. Defensively, a mess. Offensively, swinging at terrible pitches. It just wasn't a good performance by them. So, like I said, if we're going to jump on the Yankees, this would be the series to do it.
Yeah, Phillies are going to go 5-1. Phillies are going to go 5-1. They're going to lose one game to the Yankees, and then they're going to sweep Chicago. And then they'll go into the deadline feeling good, and then everyone's going to be let down, and everyone's going to be sad.
Sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really makes you feel good, doesn't it? Welcome to Phillies baseball. Anyway, on a sour note, it feels like,
yeah.
Hey, they'll play well over the next 6 days. They'll play well.
Oh, I hope so.
Anyway, thank you for watching and listening. We'll see you live on July 5th. Thursday.
See you there.
This has been the Bell Ringers podcast on Philly Sports Reports, brought to you by SeatGeek. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Philly Sports Reports wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. Follow the podcast on X and PSR on all social media. Also, consider leaving a review. Catch Colin and Benjamin's writing on phillysportsports.com, along with following both on X. Thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring the show.